You want to go viral? Touch me in front of the police, I'll knock you out. Don't play with me. I'm giving you something. Don't try to. Listen, this is what I'm trying to tell you. I do not fucking play.
What's going on, fellas? It's another Boogie. Y'all know the rest. Hey, I want to salute y'all for subscribing to my channel, and I also want to thank y'all for liking my videos. And shout out to the Dime Game Division. Let's rock and roll, man. Y'all know it was coming. Don't even act surprised. You know, somebody actually just sent me this link through Instagram, like, yo, Bug, you got to check this out. You know, and y'all seen the video playing in the beginning. You know, it was a video of the rapper Trick Daddy getting into an altercation outside of a club with a young woman. Now, peep game. Matter of fact, first and foremost, you know, for the people that don't know, because I got a lot of young people that follow me, Trick Daddy is a Miami legend. You know what I mean? He hasn't been on the radio lately, but Trick Daddy got a lot of hit records, man, going back from the mid-90s to the early 2000s. You know, he's a down south legend, but a Miami legend for sure. You know what I mean? A lot of his music I did like back in the day. Now, Trick Daddy has a disease called lupus, and that's why he looks the way he looks. You know, so in no way, shape, or form am I just trying to clown the guy to make my point. You know, he has lupus, man. And over the years, his looks really declined. You know, truth be told, I was trying to find some decent pictures. Well, some decent recent pictures of Trick Daddy. You know, I didn't want to go way back to 1998 to find a picture of him. But all his pictures of the last 15 years look the same. You know, stocking cap on, big old stomach hanging out, you know, little skinny arms. You know, his face looked like somebody threw a pot of hot grits on it. You know, and the thing about it is Trick Daddy doesn't go to the doctor for his disease. You know, Trick Daddy self-medicates. So instead of taking medicine to control his lupus, he smokes weed with crack in it to deal with the pain. Real talk. They call it bunk down there in Miami when you smoke weed with cocaine in it, man, or crack in it. And he drinks a lot of alcohol, man. You know, so obviously, if you do this for a prolonged period of time, man, you know, it's going to speed up the process. Oh, yeah, if you couple that with the disease of lupus, you know, it's going to speed up the process of your looks deteriorating, man. That's just the reality. But as far as the video go, the altercation with the woman, now, I don't really know what happened with the backstory. I tried to do a little research. You know, obviously, there's a couple different narratives going around. Somebody said that Trick Daddy paid for this girl and her friends to get into the club. And once they got into the club, she got Swayze on Trick Daddy. You know what I mean? She didn't want nothing else to do with him. And supposedly, Trick Daddy was trying to take the girl home, and she didn't want to go with him. Now, watching that video is not really clear on what the altercation was about, but Trick Daddy was perturbed by something with the girl. You know, 9 times out of 10, he was drunk and high, and that enhanced everything. And I got 2 things I want to say. First of all, Trick Daddy got to be delusional to think that the average woman wants to sleep with him at this point. I got to be real with you, man. I got to be real with you, especially acting like that. You know what I mean? You would think, looking like Trick Daddy, he would be on his best behavior around women, but he's still arrogant. He's still Trick. Here's the reality, man. The majority of women are not going to want to sleep with Trick Daddy. You know, not in his current condition. That's the reality of it, man. That's the reality of it. And if Trick Daddy paid for these girls to get into the club, which we don't know for certain, but let's go with the narrative, and the girls got Swayze on them, that's on him. He shouldn't have paid for the girls to get in the club. You know, now, if the girl said, look, if you pay for me to get in the club, I'll go home with you, then I can see that. because that means she lied. But if you just paying for random women to get in the club and then get upset because they don't want to leave with you, I mean, like, what are you doing, man? And that go for Trick Daddy or anybody else. But for Trick Daddy, I was about to say you must be on drugs, but he is. So I can't say that, right? Trick Daddy's bugging though, man. Like, dog, you are tripping to think that any woman want to sleep with you in your current condition. You know what I'm saying? You are bugging out. Like, another thing I want to say about this situation too, man, is, and I've said this in my content, you know, which is a controversial statement, but I've noticed, man, a lot of real ugly dudes are very, very aggressive with women, man. I got to be real about that. Mad aggressive with women, man. You know, a lot of real ugly dudes, man, they got a major disdain with the opposite sex, bruh. Let's just be 100, man. You know, a lot of people don't want to hear that, but you know, that's been my experiences, man. The stuff that I observed, you know, and just guys that I knew in my personal life, man. You know, I've noticed the guys with the most insecurities, man, they have a major issue with the opposite sex. Cause the average dude would have just walked away from that situation. Like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna go home, or on my way home, I'm gonna call up another woman and see if I can just link up with her for the night, and that's that, right? The average dude would have just did that. You know what I mean? Instead of sitting up there trying to hold the girl hostage, obviously she's not feeling your energy, Trick Daddy. Just walk away. You know what I mean? You can tell by her body language or her disposition, she just wasn't feeling the dude, man. She just wasn't, man. She's mad aggressive. She's not in her feminine. You know what I'm saying? She's in her masculine, talking to him any kind of way. And she's like, dude, back up. And that's how women act when guys get in women's space and they don't want you there. Period, man. That's just how women act, man. If you walk up to a random woman and get within 2 or 3 feet from her face, she's going to act the same. It's how it is, man. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't been invited, keep it moving. Most guys understand that, man. Most guys wouldn't have been in that situation. You know, obviously, Trick Daddy haven't heard about the ugly dude tax. Shout out to Tony Maceo. You know what I mean? The ugly dude tax, man. It just is what it is. You know, you want something from a woman, she not attracted to you, then you're going to get taxed a little bit. Why? Because you're not the guy that she wants to go home with. Period, man. Period. Now, if Trick Daddy wasn't so aggressive, he probably could have leveraged his celebrity a little bit. It's other ways that Trick Daddy could have got the girl to go home with him. But he wasn't thinking. And he probably was drunk. And he probably was high. You know, Trick Daddy got a lot of things he could have leveraged. I mean, heck, he could have offered the girl more money. Like, you know what? Come to the crib. You know, we stop at the ATM. I'm going to bless you. Whatever. But I want you to come home with me. Just take it on the chin, dog. You know what I mean? If you wanted it that bad, go ahead and play your ugly dude tax. You see what I'm saying? But it's like this, man. You know, it's like this, man. Guys, take this as a learning lesson. Take this as a lesson, man. Walk away. Walk away from situations like that. If a woman ain't feeling you, she not digging your energy, no need to stand there and argue with her. You know how many women it is in the world? Especially Trick Daddy. He lives in Miami. You know how many clubs and bars and lounges it is in Miami? You know how many girls walking the street in Miami? And you tripping over one woman. That tells me that you're desperate at that time, bruh. Tells me you're desperate. Tells me your options are low. And your self-esteem is drained at that point. That's all it tells people. That's all it tells a woman. And that's what, you know, you're basically telling yourself. you are out of options, man. Anytime I see a man argue with women in the club and all of that, that's what it tells me. This is a man with no options and low self-esteem. And I've seen dudes throw drinks in women's faces and because they decline their advances. I've seen dudes do a lot of stuff in these nightclubs, man. Completely act up because women wouldn't let them have their way. Straight up, man. I've seen a lot, man. Seen a lot, man. But a lot of ugly dudes get really aggressive with women, man. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. You know, you got to get on this self-improvement movement, man. But that's it, man. Shout out to the Dime Game Division. Peace.